Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Pokemon Showdown battle. I have brought my Ion Deluge team again, and I'm up against a team with what appears to be a similar electric-centric, tongue twister, sort of team with Manectric and Thundurus. And he or she also is carrying a Landorus, a Cresselia, a Cinccino, and a Heatran. And I say Cresselia that way because that thing is a pain in the butt to fight. Especially in and pardon me if I don't pronounce this right, the Mason, or the Myson. I mean, I know all Pokemon are kind of haxy in that one, but Cresselia is especially so. Landorus, I'm afraid of because he can hit my team really hard, especially my two electric types and Noivern and Chandelure. And he's strong enough anyway, so he could probably hit Azelf and Exploud really hard too. I'm expecting Manectric to be the Mega Manectric, since that's the only one on my opponent's team that can Mega Evolve. And Cinccino, I'm always wary about seeing it. As much as I love it, I think it's adorable. But if that thing is holding a King's Rock, that could be a huge issue for me. But let's see how this match goes between two electric-centered strategies. It should be pretty interesting. So my opponent leads off with Manectric and also Thundurus, the Therian form of Thundurus. And I lead off with Exploud and my Lanturn. And it's interesting having three electric types on the field because I haven't had this situation yet on Showdown. I wanted to take that Thundurus out as soon as I possibly could. Because that Manectric cannot do that much to my Lanturn, and with Discharge going on, I thought it was pretty funny because Lanturn just healed right back up. I guess neither of my opponent's Pokemon could really hit that Lanturn very hard, so probably Exploud was the biggest threat on the field at that time, and so Exploud goes down. But I wasn't really worried about it because, like I said before, they really can't do anything to Lanturn. But that Manectric is racking up special attack points, and that is going to be scary a little later. I mean, even if Manectric can't hit Lanturn hard now, I'm sure after 4 boosts, or 4 times special attack, it can hit it at least decently. I bring in my Chandelure here, and I wasn't expecting Manectric to go for a Discharge, but it did, and it hit its partner Cinccino, which really can't take hits that well. I'm surprised that Cinccino survived a +2 special attack Discharge from that Manectric. It decided to go for Bullet Seed, but Lanturn took that really well after a stockpile, and luckily I don't know if it was holding a King's Rock, but nevertheless Lanturn did not flinch, and that was really helpful to take that Cinccino out with the help of my opponent using that Discharge against it. So Landorus comes in, and I'm already kind of worried about it because I know that an Earthquake can take out both of my Pokemon, but I didn't think that he was going to use it because Manectric does not have an air balloon, so he didn't use Earthquake. Instead, he went for a Rock Slide so that Manectric could stick around and not have to worry about being hit. So I bring in my Electivire thinking that Landorus is never ever going to use Earthquake due to the fact that Manectric is also weak to ground type attacks. However, I am surprised here when Landorus actually does go for an Earthquake and takes out my Electivire. Lanturn is able to survive still thanks to that stockpile. So Lanturn is putting in a lot of work and surviving a lot of hits in this match, and I have to say that this is the main reason why I chose Lanturn for this Ion Deluge team, on top of the fact that it's one of the only Pokemon that can actually learn the move, but it's a really good user of Ion Deluge. And so I took this opportunity now to take out that Manectric. Since it wasn't a Mega Manectric, I mean, I knew I was faster than it with Noivern, so I wasn't too worried about it anymore. I decided to get a Toxic off on Cresselia because if that Cresselia has Moonlight or I don't know if it can learn Wish or anything like that, but I know it can learn Moonlight, and regardless of how much that Cresselia moonlights, the Toxic will take it down eventually. So I switch out my Noivern this time to bring it back in and Boom Burst later on. And I bring in my Azelf here so that it can do some really good solid damage to both of my opponent's Pokemon with an explosion, which is going to happen next turn. The cool thing about Ion Deluge is that it turns all normal type attacks into electric type attacks. So this explosion is not only going to do major damage to Cresselia and Heatran, but it's also going to heal up Lanturn too. So this Lanturn, who has been out since the very beginning, is still in and is still taking charge of the match, really. And, you know, I have to thank my opponent for a lot of these KOs, because she or he absolutely helped out when it came to knocking Pokemon out. I decided to Ion Deluge again just to get Lanturn back up into green, just to be like, yay, Lanturn was a survivor in this match. And because pretty much any attack I could have done would have taken out that Cresselia, but I did take it out, and this was a really, really interesting match. Two electric type teams, quote unquote, battling it out, and honestly, it was really close, regardless of the fact that my opponent helped me out quite a bit with some of these attacks. I'm not a big fan of using attacks that hit my partner, but I guess on this team I'm kind of hypocritical, because Boom Burst and Explosion can hit the partner, but I usually tend to not use those unless I have Ion Deluge on my side too. But yeah, that was still a really great battle, and if you would like to see more of these, please feel free to subscribe and leave a like and a comment rating. And also, if you would like to check out thegamersbench.com or gamersbench.com, where we review and play through a lot of games that we enjoy, and hopefully we can convince you maybe to try them yourself and experience the games the way you would experience them. Also, check out my Twitter page. It is linked in the description, and I will catch you guys in the next battle. Thanks for watching.